So having a little bit of having pork shish kebab tonight. Last night with sushi, I had opened up Carlisle's Gruner Veltliner from Steiner Vineyard, so an Austrian grape variety, 2020, very young, lower alcohol. Not much else to really say about it, except that it was good. It really matched well with sushi. It was at good white wine temperature yesterday. Today it's refrigerator temperature because I just put it there, so it's a little too cold. We'll let it warm up a little bit. And I'm also going to open up, craving a little bit of Riesling. So this is from Finger Lakes, Herman J. Weimer's, and this is their Flower Day Riesling 2019. You know, I really want to hold on to some of these longer, but just can't hold on to every wine for too long, and sometimes it's just easier to buy things that are already aged than to age them yourself because you have to use up that storage. So if I had more storage, maybe it'd be a different story, but I'm going to pop this open, do a little contrast. This was one of my favorite Rieslings from the Finger Lakes. Pretty sure it had a low alcohol. If there's anything specific about the Finger Lake wines, is their razor sharp acidity. And I would make that very food friendly. Color-wise, this one's tough to tell, but absolutely smells like Riesling. But it's not overly petrol. Some of them had an overly petrol aroma, some didn't. So I think as they age, they get a little more petrol-y. I just think some of them, certain terroir in either the Finger Lakes or Germany or Alsace, just throw a little bit more of that petrol. And then I feel like there's more of a rubberish from Australian Riesling, from Clare Valley and Eden Valley. I haven't had one from there in a long time. I think Pusey Vale, Pusey. I don't know, there's one I bought, a single vineyard one that I really did like. It just absolutely smells like the Finger Lakes, which is kind of a silly thing to say, but it kind of brings me back to that a little bit. It's got a fuller body mouth feel Riesling, super acidic, not ridiculously acidic. Bit of an interruption, but upon tasting this, I feel like there's a hint of residual sugar, the slightest bit. This isn't absolutely deadly bone dry. It's dry. The style would be dry, but there's definitely a bit of residual sugar left. And I think that's to give it more body, more texture, and cut a little of the acidity. I'm not sure if that's why they did it. That is what the little RS is bringing to this wine. It's delicious, though. It's fantastic. I love this wine. I love this Riesling. This Riesling will absolutely age amazing. It's the only one I have. I'll remember it as something that I liked while fed fingerlings, and now liking it today. Again, so Flower Day. I'm curious. I wish they, there's a lot of fine print on here. Let me try to read it. Maybe they even talk about the RS. Nothing too specific. The fine print, I think something about it being biodynamic, but I'm not really even sure. And it doesn't really matter that much. It's got a nice lemon custardy thing. Long length acidities there. It's a great one. It's a great Riesling. They make amazing Riesling up there, among other things, but the Rieslings are amazing. So, different end of the spectrum here. You get a little bit of a like a walnut shell aroma with lemon pith, lime pith, peach skin. I always believe on the taste, Gruner has a slight bitterness of a white. Super high acidity, slight bitterness. I don't think in a million years I'd be able to tell you a Gruner from a Pinot Grigio, from an Albarino. Maybe Albarino because there's a little salinity. Maybe. Sometimes Albarino's a little peachy too, although I just said it's peach in here. I don't know. I would love to do some of those crisp, lower bodied whites all together. Maybe throw a Riesling in there too, just to see if I could pick it out. It'd be an interesting blind tasting. Drier slightly than the Riesling, but like I said, this has maybe a dollop of residual sugar. This is more bone dry. This tastes like it's got more acid right now. Yeah, it absolutely has more acid than this right now, which is interesting, but Gruner is a high acid white. And maybe this is vinified to be a little bit of a softer Riesling, possibly, or that's maybe just the vineyard. I'm pretty sure it's a single vineyard bottling in Herman J. Weimer's winery in their vineyards. I think this has more of a delicious factor. More of a confit lemon pith. There's a little contrast there. Both great pairings for the pork shish kebab, which is getting cold. So that's it for tonight. Don't know what this weekend will bring wine-wise. And have a good night.